In this, we see one of Thesz's signature double wrist lock rolls, where he gets the double wrist lock shoulder grip, like with meaning like he reaches over his opponent's shoulder, secures a grip with what some wrestlers would call like a key lock grip, uses that as a grip to throw his opponent's entire body with a sacrifice throw. And we've seen Thesz do this in his other matches. He did it a lot. He was amazing at this particular technique. But what's unique about this particular moment in his match with Edouard Carpentier is he turns it into a bicep slicer. And bicep slicers show up a little bit more commonly in some of these old pro wrestling matches and some of the materials of the American and European catch wrestlers. I didn't really see these techniques as often from Japan, either in a judo or a Japanese jiu-jitsu context. But American and European catch wrestlers did these all the time. They did slicer mechanics both to the arm and also slicer mechanics to the knee. They didn't seem to have any problem with it whatsoever. So this setup, even though this is in a professional wrestling match, and even though there's some really theatrical tapping gestures by Edouard Carpentier, literally everything about the way that Thesz executes this technique would work in a real submission grappling match. From the double wrist lock roll right into the transition leading into the bicep slicer. And the bicep slicer here can also very easily become an omoplata or other omoplata variations. But the grappling match could end right here. Bicep slicers are nasty, and when they go wrong, meaning like if they've been taken past the point of injury, the injuries are usually catastrophic. It's muscle separating from bone. Different parts of the bones of the arm can pop out of the flesh in a less than predictable way, meaning it could be above the elbow, it could be below. You could have more than one break at a time. There's a reason that they made these slicer techniques illegal all the way up to brown and black belt, and it wasn't just because jiu-jitsu guys were bad at them, even though, yes, I do think they were bad at them. Worse than the catch wrestlers anyway. But the reason is because the injury, when it does occur, is absolutely catastrophic. So this is a completely viable technique. It's beautifully executed, and this old bit of film strip warrants some study and emulation, even for modern day grappling. And these slicers are very difficult to defend once they're sunk in.